I was on the council for 5 years. At one of the council meetings, they decided that they would volunteer me as the next candidate for mayor of Saddle River. So before I gave the answer, I wanted to speak with my family. We had Sunday dinner, and the entire family was around the table. I just said to everyone, you know, they're asking me to run for mayor. Let me have a quick show of hands of support. As I looked around the table, I was the only one with my hand up. And I know they didn't want to lose me because of the major time commitment you have to give to becoming mayor. But they also realized how important it was for me to give back to the community. So it took a few minutes, but everyone was supportive, and I ran for mayor. So now I'm in the mayor's chair, and we have challenges ahead of us, and the challenge is to get the money to get the work done. You have to work with the various levels of government to get the grants and dollars that help you get it done without having the taxpayer pay for those projects. And then, of course, when the projects begin, it's making sure that we get the best price, we get the best job. We have to make sure that the taxpayer gets a dollar's worth of work for the dollars that we spend. And finally, the third challenge is to make sure everyone in the public is up to speed. It's educating the public and making them understand why you're doing things and why it's a good idea, and at the same time, how we're getting so many of these things done without raising the taxes. When I came to Borough Hall the first time, I knew I had 4 main accomplishments that I wanted to achieve. Number 1 was to keep the public safe. Number 2, to keep our strong school system here in Saddle River. Number 3, maintain the character of our town. And doing all this with number 4, holding a line on our expenses and keeping our taxes under control.
He's always here to help them through whatever questions they have on an impromptu basis, along with a cup of coffee. This is his number 1 town, and he comes here in high times and low times. When people see his car, they come in, they like to discuss issues with him, and in effect, it is the epicenter for many of the issues on a casual basis.
So I've been mayor now for 8 years, and I've learned a great deal. But I say to every mayor, bring your strengths to the table. Whatever your background is, be ready to communicate that and use that to make the town a better place. Secondly, I would say, keep the communication between various parts of government open. Be ready to pick up the phone, be ready to talk to the various levels of government right up to the state to make sure that you are able to get what you need to happen in the community. And third, we have to be able to communicate what's going on with the general public, whether that means at the coffee shop in the center of town, at church, or through the internet, to make sure that everyone is able to ask you questions and get the answers and understand exactly what you're trying to do. So we've had a lot of accomplishments over the past 2 terms, the past 8 years here in Saddle River, and I think one of the most talked about accomplishment is the upgrades we've done to Rinlob Field. Rinlob has never looked better, whether it be the band shell, whether it be the lightning shelter that we have, or whether it be the field house. The parks have never looked as good as they look today. I also hear great comments about our downtown crossing area, how we have preserved the character of Saddle River for now and for future generations. Because of the Saddle River crossing, zoning requirements now, whether it's the color, whether it's the signage, whether it's the size of the buildings, it's going to be maintained for future generations. And of course, the streetscapes, the work we've done on East Allendale Road with the paving brick, with the period lighting, with the flowers, all the way to Route 17, the town looks absolutely beautiful. This, along with our scenic corridors on the east and west routes, make Saddle River a special place.